Oh, okay, folks. Sorry it took so long. Looks like we're not going to get this. We're not going to get this webcam for the. Doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to get the webcam for the oscilloscope going, but I'll try again. Never know. See if we can get it going. I had all three of them going yesterday. It just doesn't seem to want to do it today. Let me see. Yeah, I know. It definitely was working the other day. It was 100% was working. But it, for whatever reason, it doesn't want to work now. Anyway, it's fine. Let's just double check. Yeah, okay. So the oscilloscope showing pretty very low voltage pattern, and no matter what I do, gee, I wonder can I use a Droid cam? Just give me 1 second. Folks familiar to the channel might remember I did have a Droid cam thing that I was doing at one point. The Droid cam's pretty cool. You can set it up right. I called it my live cam or whatever it was. Super Scope bench Wi-Fi cam. There it is. Totally live cam, man. Start Droid cam. All right, let me start Droid cam. Because I think Droid cam, you know, I don't need that USB thing for it, so. All right, let's see. Yes. There's our scope. All right, so now, just give me a second. All right, so give me a second. Let me just find a nice spot for this. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to set this up and then we can get going. So Droid cam to the rescue. I mean, I think this is going to work. Okay, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. You know, it'll do for what we need to do. It's so messy right now with this desk, but whatever. I'm just gonna put this over here, and we're just gonna point. All right, so this should work. And then what I'll do is let me just take the meter away for a second. The meter over here. And then that'll give me a little bit of space, which is really all I need to be able to go probing. And then we can do the probing. And what we'll do is, let me just add in a source, which is the Droid cam, to the main thing here. Yeah. Don't show the address on the package for sure. Droid cam, there we go. Oh, nice. Okay. So now we have droid cam up here, and we're doing droid cam is doing the droid cam is going to do the oscilloscope. Now, oh, that's pretty nifty. I mean, the resolution is pretty bad. Okay, so let me just show you something. So what we're looking for is a good strong eye pattern of like a few millivolts. And we're gonna, you see what I'm doing here? You see what I'm doing here? I'm putting a probe for the oscilloscope on what's called the TPRF, or the test point for the RF signal. Okay. Now you're seeing a sort of a pretty terrible version of it right now. I'm just going to auto scale, so I can see droid cam's not going to be great in the frames per second department. Okay, but there is the TPRF signal. I'm going to press quick measure. Why does that say? Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Edge run stop. Why is it doing that? Peak to peak 15 volts. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, well. Oh, sorry, 10x. Let me just get in here. Oh, okay. Now. Interesting. I think I might know why that is. All right. Quick measure. Yeah, there's our millivolts. Yeah, I just was hooked to the wrong ground. Okay, so there's our yeah, very small 81 millivolt. Now watch what happens when I press this. All right. See, not a whole lot of change there, right? Now, at TPRF, you should be seeing a pretty strong. Let's do TPX is error correction. And I don't think we want to see a whole lot of action there either. Let's just do an auto scale. Yeah, not a lot of action there either. So basically, there's just not a lot going on, and TPRF should be. So I think we have a laser problem. I think that's what's going on here, and we're not going to get, I don't think, a whole lot of action out of this thing. It was doing a little bit of seeking. Yeah, so you see there, a little bit of signal. Yeah. Yeah, I just think the laser's burnt out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to switch out the laser. Is it still getting stupidly hot? I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Yes. Still very hot. So we don't. I definitely think we want to figure out those diodes at some point. Okay, so our next step, our next issue is, and I've done this a few times, is we need to get the laser out. Okay, so to get the laser out, we need to pivot this thing up. Okay, so that's step one. Getting the laser out. Step 2 of getting the laser out is actually pulling this thing off, this little cog, which is, I would say, not the most straightforward thing in the world, but you definitely need to do it. And then we'll replace the laser with a brand new one, and then we'll try it again. Oof, that is still hot. So let me just, I'm just going to plug out the power on both sides. All right, so to get this off, we kind of need to, well, it's a little tricky to get this thing off. Let me just get the magnifying glass again. Yeah, there's a little groove in this thing, and if you dig a screwdriver into it, you'll basically be able to sort of just pry it apart a little bit. But you don't need to do it. It will pop off itself if you give it enough force. It's just you really gotta give it a nice little push, you know, and you don't really want to damage it, but it will. I did get it off the other night. But it's definitely not the most straightforward. So we will pop it off shortly. I just don't want to force it. Or maybe I do want to force it, but it's just I want to be careful about how I force it. Okay, so let's just lift the drive up for a second. Okay, there we go. So that was an easier way of doing it. So it was easier to basically get this screwdriver and push it from the bottom. All right, so that's what did it. All right, easy peasy. All right, so now we're into the straightforward side of this, which is to, oops. I just, yeah, straightforward piece, which is to take off these two screws. And I don't think we need to like grease the sled or anything in this case. I think we're just going to slap the laser on and just give it a go. You can see there is some sort of gunk there on the laser already as it stands, or on the sled. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. I don't know if it's dried up grease or what it is. And then what is this? KSS 210A, right? So, and then the black cable goes out, and then the colored cable is on the inside. You just have to remember that. Okay, so let's just let me just take a look at that. What is that? I don't even know what it is. Yeah, it looks like dried up grease. I'm sorry, just looking at it under the scope. And then yeah, this laser looks really clean, but I just think it was burnt out because somebody turned it up to the max. So, you know, so the diodes and whatnot are nice and toasty now. Yeah, and there's no grease left on that sled, so we will grease the sled. Okay, we have grease for the sled, and we've got grease for the gears as well. So we'll do both. All right, so I got 3 new laser boxes. I got 3 boxes of lasers. Of course, we need to take off the anti-static on them. So we'll also do that. I've done that a couple of times already. Also broke a laser, which one of the people on this channel has seen me do, break a laser. So here's brand new laser. So any bets? Who's got bets on here on this laser fixing the issue. Do you think when I put in the new laser and reattach it, is it going to be okay? That's a big question. So there is the, I'll just show you right now. Put it on the sled. So we'll point at it with the sled. That's the solder that needs to be taken off. It's very simple to do. I won't do it under the scope, but what you do is you just put some, we'll put some flux on this right now. You know, there's loads. And like literally just touch a warm iron off it and it'll just wick it off. All right, so I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to do it right here. So if you look at what I'm doing, I'm just going to take a hot iron and just going to wick that away. Right, and that's already, I can already see that it's split. So now just turn off the iron, and then we can even show you maybe with the magnifying glass. Yeah, so you mightn't be able to see it maybe, but oh no, you will be able to see it. So there you go. You see, I've split the anti-static. I've split the anti-static bridge right there. That's all I did was just de-bridge that piece. Okay. Now, what do we want to do? Well, first of all, we don't want to damage it, so I'm going to very carefully handle it. So leave it there. Let's grease the wheel. So we're using molykote. Molykote. It's getting kind of cold in here now. I think I have the AC on too high, so I'm going to switch it off. So molykote grease. It's getting messier and messier now at this desk because I guess when I'm fixing things, I kind of stack everything up, all the stuff, and it just gets out of hand after a while. So now I can't even find the molykote because it's God knows where it is. Here it is. It's just stacked up. Okay. So this is the molykote. It's kind of it's just a amazing grease. I'm just going to put a little bit on here and all around here. Put it on the gears and on the sled. So there's loads. And this stuff doesn't dry, so it won't dry up. It's not like sort of a grease where, you know, so you use it on VCRs and all sorts of stuff. We can use it on the sled, and we can use it on the sled. We can use it like here. Where's the sled? Like you see here, like the sled, innards. And then what we'll do is we will put the sled through like that. And we'll put it through like that, and then we'll put it through like that again. And we'll just we probably have like almost too much at this point. But it's okay. So now we just have to put the sled down, put it in where it will put the thing down here. Oops. Well, actually, what we want to do first is we want to put our two cables on. Right, so when we say I'm pretty sure we said this to the back, right? Maybe it was the other way around. Like that. I thought it was like this. Well, maybe I'm wrong. No, it is this way. Okay, so we're going to have to just make sure that we don't damage anything here. You got to be really careful when you're handling it, because what I did was I broke the ribbons trying to push in these cables before. That's not a good idea. So I'm going to be really careful. The ribbons are literally everywhere, and you will easily, yeah, there's like, see, I just tipped it with my finger there. You can easily sort of mishandle it. So I would say be very careful when you're doing this. Okay, so now we have that. And you see, you got to be so careful now. Don't press on the ribbon, but get your little piece in. All right, so there we go. We got that side in. And then we just got to get this guy on this side. Which seems to be much more. All right, so again, just try and maybe put pressure on the board, but not on the ribbon. Up here, that is also connected. Okay, so now we have our ribbons on. Now we just have to get this down. Sorry. There we go. We just got to get it so that it's ready to screw in. It's about right. Now what we've got to do is put down our little guy here and push down. And that's this is a little tricky, right? And there we go. And now we've got our little buddy. So now we've got the laser on and moving. Now we've got to screw in the sled rail and make sure that the sled rail it doesn't move. So all right, so let's hope for the best here, folks. Right, we're going to see, can we fix a Mega CD tonight? So you know, get excited. It's going to happen. Yeah. Okay, so I would say that we're in reasonably. Just screw okay. I'm just trying to see here. Screw seems to be holding the sled. Seems to be a little bit funny the way it's screwing in. But I think it's tight enough that it's I don't think the sled is shifting. All right. So, okay. So that's where we were at. Okay, we did that. Now, what we can do now is usually the laser may or may not be tuned out of the factory to like, it needs to be, I mean, 1.5 volts would be ideal. I just fixed one last night. I had it at 1.92 volts. Um, Work great. So this is, once we do this, we have 4 working Mega CDs in the garage. All right. So this is where I get my copyright strikes because, well, you know what? Let's do it. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Let's not risk a copyright strike by playing music. Let's just go straight to a game. Let's be bold and let's go straight to a game. This will jinx us. But basically, if it plays Ground Zero, it'll pretty much play anything. There's a lot of FMV at the start of this game. You want to build up a GF robot, a girlfriend robot. I think we're not quite there yet, Crizard. We're not quite there yet. We have the AI, but I don't know. I don't know about the robot girlfriends just yet. Although I did see that movie with the robot girlfriend with the Quaid guy in it. Now, okay, here we go. Right, so we're going to try it out. We're going to see what happens. Okay. Oh, sorry. I plugged out the power because it had gotten so hot. Right. Uh, okay. No joy there. Okay, here we go. We're going to close the CD door. We're going to simulate it. Ah. All right. I still think that laser was turned up too high. But that's a shame. Mm. Okay, so why? Just gonna look underneath here. Huh. Let's see. What is it doing? Sorry, I just want to see what's doing here. Hunting is perfect. Strange. No, it's not grinding. It's not grinding. It's kind of making a weird, and I don't know if that's I can't tell. I don't know what that sound is. I can't tell if it's I can't tell which I can't tell which motor that is. I don't know if there's a little bit, it's not a grind. Hmm. Can't tell if it's like off balance or something. Yeah, okay. So, what is going on? I'm trying to tell. Trying to understand if it could be controller related. I could try tweaking some of the let me try tweaking some of the pots here. Okay. I don't think it's going to make a difference, right? But you never know, right? We'll just try this before we call it a night. Yeah, well, I don't think it's laser power this time. Well, let's have a look at the eye pattern this time. Let's have a look at the eye pattern just to see what's. Nothing much has changed. You know? That's basically the exact same as with the old laser. Something else. All right, let's just take. Whoa, sorry. Give me a second here. I guess I mean, I have the video, of course, but I'm just going to take a photo of this. All right. Before we go messing with it. Are we even sure this board works? Well, I mean, it might not, but that's interesting. Sorry, yeah, no, I didn't have it grounded right. Sorry, that's why it was super noisy. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't grounded correctly. Yeah, so all right, let's just tweak. Let's tweak the tracking gain and see. Right, so we see where it is right now. It's quite high. No. So no difference there. Yeah, so it's quite possible that the board is fine and the drive is gone. Okay, let's figure this out. 1 second. Okay. All right, so there's the. All right, so there's that. This one was here. And then 203 was here. All right. Okay, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll swap out this one with a known good drive. Yeah, it does sound like it's jamming the laser model. I agree with you. Yeah. Yeah, it does actually, doesn't it? When it does that though, it's pretty close to it. Yeah, it's pretty messed up. This drive wouldn't be it's kind of popping up a little bit, to be honest with you, even. You know? So this drive may not even be the most stable. I wonder, do I have to hold it? Give me a second. I wonder, is that part of it? Just give me a second. No. Okay. Let me just swap it out with a known good drive just for a minute, alright? It's getting super hot again, but that's nothing strange with this board. Okay. It's quite possible that this is just a really bad drive and I'm going to have to get a new drive. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just pulling out a good drive, and then if we determine that this drive is good, and then we know that the board is good, and it's just a drive problem, and then we can just mark this board as good and call it a night. You can. I have multiple ones. I have tons of lasers. Just give me 1 second here now, folks. We're just gonna get this. I'm just getting a loop CD drive over here, and then we're going to test it. I just have to remove it from this unit. All right. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Donor CD drive coming true. So this is a known good drive. This works. It's always worked. This is from my personal collection. There's nothing wrong with this drive. So if this doesn't work, then it's the board. If this does work, then it is the drive. Okay, I was just trying to see if a new thing would do it. And this drive, now tuning wise, this one might not be, this board might not be tuned for this drive because it's got all the pots are on this side. But we can actually do the eye pattern thing for this drive with this thing. So let's just see what happens. Oh yeah. I be thinking we got an issue with the board, boys. Or with the drive, yeah. Actually, not only sorry. Yeah, Sega CDs is certainly a little bit of a pain. Um, let's just see if this is going to spin up and go into the rest of the game. Yeah, it's just having a little bit of trouble now because I think it's having trouble because I did that to it. Give me 1 second here. I have a little. Okay. Well, I think I kind of sort of know what's going on with this thing now. Anyway, it looks like it's the. It looks like it's the. It looks like it's the CD-ROM drive. So that will be. It's a good and a bad thing. Um, dang, I had my little. Sorry, I'm just trying to get a controller for this thing. But what I also had was I had a little I had a little rubber grommet for keeping the door closed on the Sega CD so that I wouldn't have to hold it all the time. But it looks like I lost that too. So, oh, you know what? Maybe I didn't lose it. Maybe I left it on one of the units. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second here. I know I have a. I know I have a sticker. Thank God. There, this will do. These will do. So basically, what I do is I just I close the switch off to fool the unit into thinking the door is closed. I think that should work. Ah, did I not put it high enough? I think there's a coyote outside my door. Um, because I can hear them barking. So that's probably not good. And they are loud. You can't hear them, but I definitely can. Could it be an issue with caps on the drive side? Could be. Oh, cool. What's that? Backup RAM. All right, this is good. This is good. Now let's see if we can get to. This is cool, folks. I mean, it doesn't mean this one's totally fixed though, because no. Okay, so it's not initialized. Let me start it again. All right, it's doing its thing. All right, it should be okay. So this game, has anybody seen this game before? All right, so let's just move into the game now because I think this is going to work. I hope this is going to work. It looks like it's largely tuned to, so it should play this. What you're looking for with these Sega CDs is smooth FMV, motion video like this. All right, yes, this is the intro. Okay, so our FMV is sketchy.
South Texas, on the U.S.-Mexican border.
All right.
Begun to disappear. Individuals, families.
Live scene overhead.
All humanity is in danger. And this small Texas.
Okay, so we do some laser tuning now. Okay, so stick with the RF pattern. That's actually quite a nice one. Let's see, quick measure. Yeah, laser's not very. Lasers. No, we need more laser. More cowbell, guys. More cowbell.
Good luck, buddy. It's Reese, the agent in charge down here. We're real glad to see you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should be doing the tuning after recapping. That's right, because the laser is probably now tuned. But you know what? I might leave it because I don't want to mess. It's a brand new laser. Or sorry, no, it's not. Actually, there might be a new laser on this one. I'm not sure. But we don't have. Yeah, but this is working now, folks. So this good board. If you were here early in the stream, like part one of this stream, we changed the transistor on the main board, and then we found two diodes that had been turned into just plain wires. So this board is very unsafe in terms of its ability to withstand shocks and spikes in power, and needs to be properly refurbed. And definitely there's a little bit of sketchiness here on the laser, but overall this one is, Sega CD wasn't super smooth at the best of times when it was new, so this is actually pretty decent. It's not the worst. Plus there might be some fingerprints on it from me manhandling it all day. Yeah, it works kind of. It's definitely not as good as the one from last night, but well, I'll tell you what we'll do. It's 11:35, but I just hate leaving these things half baked. Four particle beam disruptors. All right, so peak to peak 1.1 volts. Like, it's not great, But you see, I don't want to tune up the laser on this because this is my good CD drive, right? So I won't be touching the laser on this. But what it means is that the other drive is borked, which means we would have to figure that one out. So yeah, I think it's pretty good, folks. All right, I think that's pretty good. That is Ground Zero, Texas, for your entertainment. Um, pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I won't get a copyright strike on Texas Ground Zero. I think that ship has sailed for that company. But you know, retro is cool, so maybe I might get a copyright strike. Um, I just can't imagine anybody cares anymore. So let's do that. Um, but yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out. I think what we are aware of now is that this drive is just a good drive. This is a good board. And now we've just got to put this. We've got to put it back. We've got to put this other drive back together. Whatever is wrong with it. Um, where is it here? Uh, and just the question that somebody had there about, oh, Sega actually made one of those consoles for China. It plays VCDs. Interesting. Yeah, so there's not a lot of electronics on this particular unit. Somebody was saying, use the caps on the drive side. There's just not a lot of electronics on this. Sorry, let me switch it over to overhead. Just there's not a lot of caps on the drive side on these ones. These ones have very little electronics on them. It's all on the main board. So this is probably a bad motor, is what I think it might be. It's possible maybe if I check the wires here, maybe the wires are frayed or there's a cut wire. We could go under the scope with that the next night, see what's going on there. We're definitely not the laser, and there's very little on this, so it's probably the motor. These motors are $10 on eBay, so no worries there. Be easy enough to get one of those. And that's probably it. Like just $10, and I can fix this CD drive. Because frankly, we know it's not the laser, right? Because that's a brand new laser. So it's probably there might be some caps for the. Maybe there is some caps for the. No, there's no caps for the motor. So could we just? I'd say the motor is just dead, and we can test that by putting some putting some juice across the just across the points. But it's entirely possible that there's some cut or some fray on this thing, and that's why it's broken too. So anyway, we can put it under scope the next night. I'm going to leave it for now, and I'll leave you folks. I hope you thoroughly enjoy the rest of your evening and your night. No, you can. Yeah, I can put power to the motor. I could. I just don't have the bench power on right now. I've got the scope plugged in instead. But it's got to be the motor. There's just not enough things on this board. Yeah, there's not enough other things on this CD board for it to be anything besides a bad motor. So, because look, right, you've got the pickup, you've got a frame, a sled, and then the motor board. So it's the motor, right? Because we know it's not the board, because the board is able to drive a good drive. So yeah, new motor, and then this will be sorted. And then I've got 2 or 3 more, which Master, who's been with me for the last like 6 months to a year, I guess, of me fiddling with this stuff. He saw me fix a couple more of these. So this is the 4th one that I've fixed. So this is 4 now, but I don't have a 4th CD drive, so it's not a 4th total unit. So I'll have to fix the CD drive. Then I'll have 4. I bought 6 on eBay, and I fixed 3 of them. 3 of them or 4 of them? 4 of them. No, I fixed 3 of them, and I had one already. So I've got like, I don't know. I've got a lot of mega CDs. I got like too many mega CDs. I bought them, got them cheap, and they're all wrecked. They're all broken. Fixed them. This is like the 3rd one. 3 of 5 total units that I had. So yeah, it'll be fun to see how things go. And I think this laser is done, but I don't know yet. So I'm going to put a label on it and say, I'll put like a maybe on it. But yeah, that's the story, folks. Um, Thanks for hanging out tonight. And yeah, generally, definitely could be the spindle sitting too low, maybe, but I just don't. I don't think it is though, because I brought it pretty close. I have it pretty close here to the thing. Um, could be, could be. I mean, we'll take a look at it the next night. So typically, what I do on this channel is just fix stuff. I have so much broken stuff in this garage. I've got a lot of broken consoles. I've got 7 Super Nintendos. Um, just you name it. There's just a lot of junk around here. So that's why the channel is called Mick Fixes Junk. So yeah, I would scratch the disc too. Yeah. I want to say bad question mark. Bad question mark. I don't know. It might be bad. Um, it's I want to say max power. Max power, because I remember that was the one that was maxed out when I took it out of the unit. Okay. All right, folks. Listen, thanks a million. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, if you ever want to just know when I'm fixing random stuff, just normally I stream. I don't really make as much videos as I used to, but I just stream. So um, anyway,